Once upon a time, a group of schoolchildren went on a field trip to an old historical place called Whispering Hall. The hall was famous for its grand, ancient architecture, but it also had a dark and mysterious past. The teachers warned the children to stay together and not wander off, as the hall was big and it was easy to get lost. As the group entered the hall, they were greeted by the eerie silence of the old stone walls. The place felt cold, even though it was a sunny day outside. The tour guide, an elderly man with a wrinkled face and a low, gravelly voice, began to tell them the story of the hall. Many years ago, he began, Whispering Hall was the home of a wealthy family. But one day, the family disappeared without a trace. Some say they were taken by a ghost that haunts these very walls. They say if you listen closely, you can still hear the whispers of the lost family. The children listened, wide-eyed and shivering, as the guide continued. Suddenly, one of the children, a curious girl named Lily, noticed a small, old door at the end of the hallway. It was slightly ajar, and a soft, cold breeze seemed to be coming from it. "What's behind that door?" Lily asked, pointing. The guide's face grew pale. As Lily wiped the dust away, she saw her reflection, but something was wrong. Her reflection smiled at her, even though she wasn't smiling. The reflection then began to move on its own, stepping out of the mirror and into the room. Ben gasped in horror as the ghostly figure, now free from the mirror, began to speak. "I have been trapped here for centuries, waiting for someone to set me free," it whispered in a cold, hollow voice. "Now that you have released me, I will make you part of my ghostly collection." Lily and Ben tried to run, but the door slammed shut behind them. The ghostly figure laughed, a sound that echoed through the hall like a chilling wind. "You cannot leave," it whispered. "You belong to the Whispering Hall now." Just as the ghost was about to reach out and touch them, they heard the voices of their classmates and teachers calling their names. The door suddenly flew open, and the room filled with light. The ghostly figure screamed and vanished, leaving nothing but a cold mist behind. Lily and Ben ran out of the room, their hearts pounding. They rejoined the group, and the teachers quickly ushered them out of the hall. As they left, Lily looked back and saw the old door close by itself. The hall was silent again, but she could still feel the cold presence of the ghost watching her. From that day on, Lily and Ben never spoke of what happened in the Whispering Hall. But they knew one thing for sure. The ghost was still there, waiting for the next curious child to set it free. And so, the Whispering Hall remained, a place of history, mystery, and a ghostly whisper that echoed through the walls, forever waiting in the shadows.